Okay, this is the model 642 Smith & Wesson, which I did a video earlier. Took it down, put it back up, accidentally. I didn't accidentally put it back up, I accidentally took it down. Okay, so to recap, very accurate, very light. I love it. I've been carrying this the majority of the time for the past, have I had it for 3 weeks? Maybe a little bit longer than 3 weeks. So I decided that what could possibly be better? Well, how about another one? And surprisingly enough, they shoot exactly the same. They weigh exactly the same. And this is the one I carry. You can see a few chatter marks, if you want to call them that, on the forcing cone. You can mostly see them because there's no powder in those areas, and you can definitely feel them. This is the second one I bought, and that's got a smooth forcing cone, and so much for it's not an issue. But if I were really bothered by the appearance of that, I could be entirely stupid and take a file and file that down, but that would increase the cylinder gap, which isn't any good for a revolver. And here comes Yvonne with her sandwich, which is going to make a ripping sound. Hi, Vaughn.
Hi.
Yvonne's only 12 years old, so she has that little girl voice. Oh, there it goes. Just rip it open, Yvonne. Start eating. There you go. It's her bologna sandwich. What do you have there, Yvonne? Let's see.
Tuna sandwich.
Ew. Tuna sandwich. Blah. Way back when, it stinks. In the early 80s, when I was in college, I worked at a couple of restaurants that served tuna salad. And tuna salad oxidizes quickly. And so in both restaurants, they would just add more mayonnaise because it would become brown and crusty. Add more mayonnaise, add a little bit more tuna fish, and it would appear less brown. Less brown. Isn't that somebody's name? Is that the guy that makes 1911s? So, this is like Grand Central Station here right now. That was Junior coming downstairs from his lair. Still have the 2018 Model 36. I sold the 1957 model, but I don't carry this because it was $600. And if you watch my previous video on the Model 642s, they were $310 shipped. So this is twice the price. It's a good gun, but I don't want to mess up the bluing and so forth. Also, this weighs around 21 ounces. These weigh just a hair under 15 ounces each. Unloaded, both unloaded. Unloaded weights. They are unloaded, and they weigh that much unloaded. So, for 5 shots to carry a revolver this heavy didn't really seem to make a whole lot of sense to me, because I can carry a P365 with 10 rounds, and it actually with 10 rounds it might be the same weight as this loaded, but the P365 weighs just a hair under 1 pound. This weighs 21 ounces, a little bit more than 21 ounces unloaded. So then the other thing is these are, they're not hammerless, but it's an internal hammer. And so it's double action only. And as we saw, these are unloaded. The trigger weight on both of these pistols is a hair under 10 pounds, and I'll point it in a safe direction since there are people in the vicinity. It's a very easy trigger pull, smooth. It doesn't catch anywhere. The sound that you're hearing is the sound of the cylinder stop going back into place. It's kind of hard to stage this trigger. There it goes. But that little click that you hear is a cylinder stop going down. There it is, down, and then it's clicking back up. And if you ever want to check the timing on a pistol or whether the cylinder stop's good, that cylinder stop will drop down, cylinder rotates. Try to get that back in the light. It's up completely, and the trigger continues moving back. At least that's what I read on the internet. Okay, so much for levity. My life is simply levity. Carry it in a Santa's pocket holster since I drive a convertible in a low crime area. 2 convertibles actually. Since I carry this in my pocket and I drive one of 2 convertibles, I take this out when I get in the car and I put it between the seat and the console. It's pretty snug. And it's ready to go. And then when I get out of the car, I pop it out and put it back in my pocket. And we're off to the races, wherever we happen to be going. Whatever's open in southeast Pennsylvania at the time, which is nothing except for the grocery store. And that's that. I mean, these are great pistols. I thought I might not like the double action only. I shoot this as well in double action as I do with double action, single action Model 36 in single action. And there's no hammer to snag. In single action, of course, we're unloaded. I'm just touching that trigger. I don't think that's really safe. I got to be honest with you. If I was pointing it down range, at a range, you know, in the proper circumstances, as far as safety goes, yeah, I would, for some reason or another, whatever, if I had a reason, I would cock this and just breathe on the trigger. I really can't feel myself pressing that trigger when it releases the hammer. It's just extremely light. And that can become a problem if you're firing a .44 Magnum revolver. Well, I won't even go into that. It was at the range. So in any case, just under 15 ounces, just over 21 ounces. But it feels like a brick compared to this. This feels like a plastic toy gun. and I absolutely love them. I'm carrying Plus P Remington Golden Sabers in both of these guns, and I also bought for the first time Federal Micro HST, which is a wad cutter design. It's a hollow point. The bullet is pressed all the way down into the case, so it's just about flush to the top of the case, and all the ballistic reports I've seen show about 3/4 of an inch of expansion. Not a tremendous amount of penetration, but it's like 13 inches. Pretty much same as with the Golden Saber, and that's out of a 2-inch barrel, and these are 1 7/8. Steel, 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 stainless steel for all these parts. Steel, the internals are steel, and the rest of the frame is aluminum. That's about that. I really can't feel these two in my pocket. This one I don't want to carry in my pocket because I don't want to mess up the bluing. I don't know what to do with this. I'll give it to one of my under 10-year-old nephews. Not. Well, maybe in 15 years, if I'm still alive, I will. And that's that. I just thought I'd share that with you. I really like these. Northwest Armory is selling them. I think I paid like $289, and then the $15 for shipping, or $12, something like that. And they're great. The lockup's great. Love it. Hope you enjoyed that. You probably didn't. Have a good day.